and then the old age, and things changes according to the age. As we go by, our activity become less as we age, and according to the age, it's okay if we are not thinking that sharply as we used to think and as we used to perform our activity during our adult age. But if it goes in an abnormal way, that we are forgetting something which is all the time, like we are forgetting the names of our loved ones, or we are forgetting our own address, and we are lost of in direction and communication, then things are going wrong. Then your brain cells are damaged, and this occurs in the disease known as Alzheimer, and or we are going towards dementia. So we are going to talk about Alzheimer disease and dementia, and today we have invited a guest from the Alzheimer Peel Society, Alzheimer Society of Peel region, and she is director of community engagement in Alzheimer Peel Society, and she is Brandy Damling, my guest of today. Hello, Brandy, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me today.
Nice to have you. A pleasure. Okay, so we are going to talk about Alzheimer because you are director there in community engagements. So we want to know about Alzheimer disease and dementia. So my first question with you will be, what is the difference between Alzheimer and dementia?
And that's a great question to start today's conversation with. I feel like there are some misconceptions when we talk about the two. So I'm hoping to answer those questions for you today. The biggest thing to realize with Alzheimer's and dementia that it's not a proper part of aging. Normally, as we get older, as you mentioned in your introduction, we do start to get slower in remembering things. You know, we will start to see some changes because as a society, we are constantly bombarded with marketing messages, things to remember, telephone numbers, activities for our kids. So, you know, it will be common to kind of have little blips in your memory as you age. But when we start to see some bigger gaps, that's when we start to see, you know, some red flags in terms of Alzheimer's and dementia. So it is very important for us to stress that it is not a natural part of aging. But dementia is what we like to call the umbrella. It is a set of symptoms in which is diagnosed into a subset of diseases. And the most popular, the most well-known is Alzheimer's. So think of it almost as cancer. Cancer is a blanket term that we describe for a set of symptoms, and then you can have particular ones like breast cancer, lung cancer. It's the same thing with dementia. So dementia is that umbrella or overarching set of symptoms, and then you can have various types, and Alzheimer's would be one of those.
One of those. Like dementia is a broader range, and under it it's Alzheimer. I'll let my viewers know that Alzheimer disease was first of all found out by Dr. Alois Alzheimer in 1906. And what happened in Alzheimer disease, as he explains, was that plaque is formed in the brain, and this damaged the brain cell. And this damaged the brain cell, and the brain gets like the cells are destroyed, and the brain get damaged and shrinks. The brain becomes smaller in size. In this way, like this was the first diagnosed by Dr. Alzheimer. So then another question will be, how do we keep our brain healthy? No, first of all, I will ask you, what are the warning signs of Alzheimer's disease?
Oh, that's a great question too. So there's a number of signs. The best thing to know is when you think there might be something wrong is really to go to your healthcare professional and really engage in a conversation, and they will really best direct you in what avenue and course of action should be taken. But it's also important to realize the person that you are calling into question if you're starting to see some, you know, changes in behavior. Some things may be typical for that person, but when we're starting to look at the atypical behavior, that's when the red flags start to see. So a lot of people understand that Alzheimer's affects memory. So the biggest piece is memory. So if we start to see individuals forget how to make a cup of coffee, which they've done for 35 years of their life, we might have a problem there. Or forgetting the name of a loved one that they may know for many, many years. We've seen that as well. But that's not the only sign. There are many other things that come into play, depression and apathy, so that loss of initiation, doing things that they may have loved to do all of their life. Mixing up time and space. So we have seen individuals go out in July with a parka on when it's 30 degrees outside in our summer weather. So those are really large flags. Another thing is, losing things and misplacing them, but not in a typical area. I lose my keys all the time.
Right.
But when we start, right? But when we start finding them in the sugar bowl or in the freezer, in places that would not make any sense, that's again when we want to start engaging our healthcare professionals and start having a little bit more of a conversation.
Right. So these are the alarming signs that if this happens, then आप लोग अपने घरों में बड़े लोगों को देखते हैं, अगर आपके घर में वालिदैन बूढ़े हो गए हैं तो उनकी भी डिफरेंट आपको नज़र रखनी चाहिए कि ऐसी कोई हरकत तो नहीं हो रही है जिसकी वजह से अलार्मिंग साइन हो कि ये अल्जाइमर की तरफ जा रहे हैं, वो भूल तो नहीं रहे बातों को, आपका नाम भूल रहे हैं या चीज़ रख के भूल रहे हैं या कोई पुरानी बात उनको याद ही नहीं आ रही और नई बात भी नहीं याद आ रही. तो these are the alarming signs in Alzheimer and going towards Alzheimer disease, and dementia is the broad spectrum work. So how do we keep our brain healthy? The next question will be.
Absolutely. Being socially engaged, going out, talking with people, being in a social situation really helps us to make sure that we're, having those conversations, keeping our brain active through, speaking and engaging in various activities, challenging your brain. So many of us already do puzzles in the morning, like a word search or a crossword.
Yeah.
So doing a puzzle that you may not be familiar with, like Sudoku or a word scramble, or simply brushing your teeth with the other hand, starts to create different neural pathways in the brain, which again boosts our brain health.
Right.
Eating healthy, lots of vegetables. I know I'm not a vegetable eater, so some of our viewers may go, really? Yes, those leafy, bright colored vegetables, very important in our diet. Omega-3s, antioxidants, so berries, fish, really things that are high in nutrients. Water, drinking and making sure we're having enough water throughout the day is very important. Sleep is also a big factor, making sure that we're getting our sleep patterns into that deep sleep and enough sleep so that we're not too tired during the day, but allowing our brain to also rest and recuperate. And trying new activities, going out, walking, exercising, boosting your energy and those hormones that can really help benefit the brain and really help healing. Trying a new activity too, like bike riding or going dancing helps.
Right.
So anything that makes you get out of your comfort zone to really force your brain to think and utilize its abilities is really important to do. And of course, we need to protect our brain, even from a young age. So wearing a helmet, making sure we're not doing anything that's going to have large impacts on the skull and on the brain.
Right. These are the important things. Okay, so Brandy, we will continue talking and we will learn more something about Alzheimer and dementia. We will be taking short break. So viewers, we will be coming back after a short break. Stay tuned.
रंग वाली भरम वाली न्यूज वाले व्यूज वाले भेल वाले मेल वाले कराची वाले खैबर वाले लाहौर वाले पिंडी वाले इन शॉट पूरे पाकिस्तान वाले
$60, ma'am.
जब इश्क हद से बढ़ जाए तो तमाम ख्वाहिशें मिलकर सिर्फ एक ख्वाहिश बन जाती हैं। और बेचैन दिल हर पल हर लम्हा रोता है, दीदार को तरसता है।
हेलो
जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी। मैम आपके उम्र के कागजात वगैरह तैयार हैं, प्लीज पेमेंट करके ले जाएं।
ओके, थैंक यू।
और यही मोमिन का दिल अगर किसी की आंख में आंसू देखे, तो सब कुछ भुलाकर सिर्फ अता करता है। उम्र के बुलावे के लिए कुछ ज्यादा नहीं चाहिए, नेक नियत और रहम दिल ही काफी है। बाकी हम पर छोड़ दें। अलबरका ट्रेवल नहायत मुनासिब उम्रा पैकेजेस के साथ 905-232-6566।
मैं हूं जहांगीर खान, स्क्वाश कोर्ट का चैंपियन, लेकिन रियल एस्टेट इन्वेस्टमेंट का चैंपियन मोहम्मद कामरान हुसैन। मुझे उन पर यकीन है, आप भी करके देखिए।
जहांगीर खान और हजारों क्लाइंट्स का चहेता मोहम्मद कामरान हुसैन। रेजिडेंशियल प्रॉपर्टीज और इन्वेस्टमेंट्स दोनों के लिए ही सही मशवरा, सही फैसला। मकान जिसे आप अपना घर कहने में फख्र महसूस करेंगे। मोहम्मद कामरान हुसैन, 4163185264।
चॉकलेट चिप कुकी। अली
सिर्फ कुकी दूंगा, चॉकलेट चिप नहीं दूंगा। इसमें तो बहुत सारे चॉकलेट चिप हैं। एक सेकंड देता हूँ, अभी भी बहुत है।
अब अली बेचारा क्या करे, जब नए बिस्कॉनी चॉकलेट चिप कुकी में है बहुत ज्यादा चॉकलेट चिप्स, ऊपर भी चॉकलेट, अंदर भी चॉकलेट।
आपकी कुकी
बिस्कॉनी चॉकलेट चिप कुकीज, बहुत 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 चॉकलेटी।
हर खुशी बिस्कॉनी।
Welcome back, viewers. So we are talking with Brandy Daimling, and we are talking about Alzheimer and dementia. So as she mentioned that we have to keep our brain active by doing different activities and by changing our habit by like if we are brushing with right hand, try to brush with the left hand so that the brains get active in this way, or play Sudoku. And dementia can occur in people like if they are not taking the vitamins, if there is deficiency of vitamins also, then also you can get dementia. Your thyroid gland is not working properly, then also you can go towards dementia. So better check with all these things, like do the physical, so as I always stress on in every program of mine. So now I'm going to ask another question from Brandy, that what you had an awareness program in January, like, you know, so about the Alzheimer, like you do different programs, your society, that's for the awareness of Alzheimer and dementia. So tell us about these programs. When are you doing them, and what are like you doing those programs?
Absolutely. So January is our awareness month for Alzheimer's disease, and every year our provincial and national chapters really highlight a topic or an area of concern in regards to our clients, so that we can use it as a way of educating our public, as well as advocating for those that are currently affected by the disease. So this year we've done something a little bit different. It's a theme that's going to carry on for a few awareness months, and that is breaking down the stigma regarding this disease. Many of our clients that we see through our programs still have, you know, some tension around the diagnosis and some fear about sharing that with loved ones and even with their community groups they're a part of, because they feel like they're going to be treated differently. So what we wanted to do was really highlight that even though you may have dementia, you can still live a very full life. And really start bringing some awareness around the disease and how people are feeling when they're outside in life about that marginalization or about their alienation when their diagnosis becomes more apparent to their community. So we've had some individuals that have been amazing advocates throughout the years, current clients of ours and other chapters that are local, really step up and start telling about their journey and their experiences to help bring more awareness, but also a level of comfort so that people will start reaching out to share that with their family members, but also start to get some more support. The dementia journey can be very long. It could be up to 1 year to 15 years. So it's very imperative that people understand that a support network is very important. So through our awareness campaign, we're hoping to break down some of those barriers and really empower our clients and those who may not have shared their diagnosis to step up and see that they are and can be very much supported in their own communities.
Okay, so you do seminars or like this sort of thing? Or?
Yes, absolutely. We have public education coordinators who go out into the community and provide free education to individuals on various topics. So it could be just simply, what is Alzheimer's and dementia, to, what does advanced care planning look like? So preparing for the future about wills and powers of attorney and that transition into long-term care, all the way to understanding behaviors and what that journey looks like and what are some strategies that can be utilized for individuals at home to make sure that everyone is safe and happy, but also secure in the direction of the journey.
Okay, that's very nice. Yeah, people should know that. So you advertise these on TV?
Yes, they can visit our website, www.alzheimerpeel.com, or visit any of our social media platforms, so Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And we always have either videos that are posted or information on when our upcoming sessions are. And again, it's free to the public. All we ask is that you call to reserve your spot in the session.
Yeah, that's nice. It's free of cost and providing education also and information also for the supporters and for the individuals who are having this, suffering from this. So what is the current statistic right now of Alzheimer and dementia?
So right now, there's over 560,000 people in Canada that are affected by the disease. Now, the projections right now from our national chapter, as well as many healthcare professionals, is that by 2031, so roughly around 10 years, 12 years from now, it's going to increase to about 60%. Okay. So how we look at it right now, to kind of give you more of an analogy, 1 person every 2 minutes is diagnosed with the disease. Now, we have to...
1 person?
Yes, every 2 minutes, approximately, give or take, just in Canada itself. And it's very important to understand that when someone's diagnosed, that at least 2 people will be affected. So that could be a current partner, it could be a child, it could be a cousin, a neighbor, even healthcare providers who will be providing care to that individual.
Right.
So that is quite a large number of people who are impacted based on 1 diagnosis. As well, caregivers who are caring for someone with dementia have stated that they actually experience more stress than caring for someone without that disease. So right now, 23% of caregivers in Canada are saying that they have higher stress levels simply because they are caring for someone that has been affected and diagnosed. And currently, with the World Health Organization in Canada, it ranks 7th as a leading cause of death in our older population. Our chapter alone, which services the region of Peel, we have 42,000 clients in which we provide service to a year.
That's a nice number.
It is, especially when you think of Peel being only Mississauga, Brampton, Caledon, Bolton. It seems small, but we are very highly concentrated in our populations in this area, and we start to see a lot of people reaching out to, provide and get support.
Is there a particular gender ratio or race, any particular race?
Right now our focus is on the large population as a whole, but we have had many studies look at a gender divide, where we're starting to see 72% of patients being diagnosed as female.
Female.
So
are
it
more
does
prone
seem to affect the female gender a little bit more than the males, but this is one disease that doesn't discriminate.
Yeah.
Anyone from any background, from any gender can certainly be predisposed, so it's definitely important to make sure that we are visiting our healthcare professionals, make sure that our health is being taken care of to help prevent this progression.
Yeah, that is very important to consult your doctors and take care of your health. So we are discussing Alzheimer and dementia with Brandy, and we will be continuing this.
An exclusive multi-designer studio specialized in wedding planning services, bridal wear, casual party wear, jewelry, shoes, purses, dupattas, men's and kids' clothes. You name it, we have it. Some of the Pakistani designer labels we carry are Zanike, Agha Noor, Sana Safinaz, Anas Abrar, Zainab Chutani, Wahaj Khan, Fatma Khan, and many more. Parahan, sheer elegance. We believe in quality service and best price.
You can contact 9075 Derry Road West, Unit Number 1, Milton, Ontario.
This is the world of internet. You have everything on your computer and mobile screen. If you wish to promote your business through internet, especially to perfect target market, then you have just one reliable name, NJ Marketing, offering various marketing solutions like social media marketing, telemarketing, email marketing, search engine optimization, graphic designing, web designing and development, and mobile application development. So call now at 647-824-1485 or email at njmarketing15@gmail.com or log on to njmarketing.ca.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the episode which we are continuing with the Alzheimer and dementia today. Again, I will let you know that we were discussing Alzheimer and dementia with a guest from Alzheimer's Society of Peel. Her name is Brandy Damling, and she is Director of Community Engagement in Alzheimer's Society of Peel region. So we were talking about Alzheimer and dementia, and hope you understand that what is Alzheimer and what is dementia and how to take care of it. I will ask Brandy to tell us about support, what's about the supports that Alzheimer's Society is providing, is offering to the people. More about your what you are doing in your organization.
Absolutely. So our society, the Alzheimer's Society Peel, has existed since 1983, and we're actually celebrating our 35th anniversary this year, so we're very excited.
35 years.
35 years, I know, and we've grown from 3 people who started the organization to now over 146 staff, providing service to 42,000 clients a year. So it's been a tremendous amount of growth.
Yeah, that's a nice growth.
Yes, it's been great that we've been able to support the community in the ways that we have. So our organization is a non-for-profit organization, so that a lot of our services are free, or we provide for a very nominal fee. The fees that we're able to cover really are supported by our government funding, the grants that we secure, but also the fundraising and donors from our community that we rely very heavily on, so that we're able to provide care to our clients. We offer 5-day programs, which is for the individual who is diagnosed with the disease, and it allows them to come and participate in various activities throughout the day. So it could be an exercise program, we have art therapy, music therapy available, there's socializing that happens, but it's in a secure environment that allows them to really still be independent, but at the same time gives caregivers a break. So they can go out, they can run errands, some of our caregivers still work, so it allows both individuals to carry on with their lives as well, while providing very secure support for those that need it. We also have a respite care home called Nora's House. It's open 24 hours, 7 days a week, and it provides overnight care for someone who is diagnosed. Again, allowing for proper health and private care, but allowing that caregiver to have a much needed break. We like to call it the bed and breakfast of Mississauga. It's in the middle of a residential area. It's a bungalow, completely wheelchair walker accessible, in a home-like setting, so individuals feel like not only when they stay there, they're having a bit of a getaway and a respite, but families are secured in knowing that their loved ones are being taken care of by our trained frontline staff.
Okay.
And they also have the same amount of programming that you would see in our day programs.
So people are living there, like Alzheimer's disease patients are living there?
Yes, it's short stay, short stay respite. So anywhere from 1 night up to 2 weeks.
Okay, so like there is nothing like people stay forever there?
No.
Like senior homes or?
No, not in our facility. We do work very closely with local retirement homes and long-term care, providing support and transitions for our clients moving into those facilities. But no, unfortunately with our organization, we have short stay.
Okay, so is there any criteria like people who can leave their parents or in your house, you said? Nora's house?
So for Nora's house, the only criteria that we have is just around being medically stable and being able to weight bear, simply because of the way we staff our home and the care that we're able to provide through our funding requirements. We do all the assessments, so if someone was interested in utilizing the service, they can certainly call our organization and we would help them walk through what the next steps would be.
Okay, so are there doctors and nurses also in your house?
No, we don't. We're a non-medical voluntary model. So all of our frontline staff are trained PSWs, social service workers, activation therapists. Some have gerontology backgrounds, but that's why we have to look at medical stability before entering Nora's house. Yes.
Okay. It's just it's a get-together sort of thing. People come and sit and have fun, like talking with each other.
Yeah, and it's an overnight stay, and they are stimulated through various Montessori-based activities in which our frontline staff design, as well as we have other various therapists that come in, such as PT, OT that run exercises daily. We have a music therapist. We have pet therapy. We also have art therapy that happens as well. So our clients are very much stimulated throughout the day and involved and engaged at all times. We also provide counseling for families to help support them, to talk about their journeys, to help with strategies when caring for someone with a disease. We also have support groups for those that are caring for loved ones, but also for those that have been diagnosed. It's very important for them to get together with individuals and also talk through what their experiences are like as well. And as we mentioned last week and in our previous chat, is we have public education coordinators that do go out and provide that much needed education and knowledge to our community on various topics to help support, and bring awareness to that. And we also have our Behavioral Supports Ontario program, which support hospitals, long-term care, as well as community with individuals who are either in complex needs, so complex care cases, or start to exhibit some responsive behaviors, and we start to develop some strategies around that to make sure that they are living as well as they can in their settings.
Okay, that's nice. It's a break for the for the people who are taking care of their seniors, and then they can leave for 1 or 2 days in your house, and then they have a break. They can do what if they want to do anything, they also want to breathe, right?
Absolutely. It's a long journey, and that's one thing I would stress to families, that we have a lot of families that are very, very close and they want to provide all the care, but because the journey can be so long and there's so many changes that can happen, it's very important to establish that network of support and know who to reach out to provide that support, and it's okay to do that.
Yeah, sometimes it gets very frustrating also dealing with these people. It's very sad, but that's the reality also. So viewers, we will come back after a short break.
चॉकलेट चिप कुकी अली
सिर्फ कुकी दूंगा, चॉकलेट चिप नहीं दूंगा। इसमें तो बहुत सारे चॉकलेट चिप हैं। एक सेकंड देता हूँ, अभी भी बहुत है।
अब अली बेचारा क्या करे, जब नहीं बिस्कॉनी चॉकलेट चिप कुकी में है बहुत ज्यादा चॉकलेट चिप्स, ऊपर भी चॉकलेट, अंदर भी चॉकलेट।
आपकी कुकी
बिस्कॉनी चॉकलेट चिप कुकीज, बहुत 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 चॉकलेटी।
हर खुशी बिस्कॉनी।
An Exclusive multi-designer studios specialize in wedding planning services, bridal wear, casual party wear, jewelry, shoes, purses, dupattas, men's and kids' clothes. You name it, we have it. Some of the Pakistani designer labels we carry are Semi-K, Agha Noor, Sana Safinaz, Anas Abrar, Zainab Shutani, Wahaj Khan, Fatma Khan, and many more. Parahan, sheer elegance. We believe in quality service and best price.
You can contact 9075 Derry Road West, Unit Number 1, Milton, Ontario.
Welcome back, viewers. So we are talking about Alzheimer and dementia with Brandy Damling, who is Director of Community Engagement in Alzheimer Society of Peels. So Brandy is giving us a very it's a very good information about the Alzheimer and dementia to those who are suffering and those who are taking care of this patient. So Brandy, I would like to ask you, what are some important things you can suggest for someone supporting someone with dementia, like who is taking care of their loved ones?
So the biggest piece is education, knowledge. As I've been mentioning, it's a very long journey and there's many changes that happen throughout that journey. So the one thing first that we stress is make sure you go to your doctor, make sure you have that conversation to make sure that it is a dementia that we're starting to see in our loved one, making sure that we do have the proper diagnosis or a diagnosis is made if we're starting to feel that there are some changes in our individual. Once that happens, once there is a diagnosis, obviously make a plan with your healthcare professional and on how to support them, what are some of the treatment options that are available in terms of support, and then really get yourself educated about what disease it is. So what type of dementia are we looking at? Is it Alzheimer's? Is it frontal temporal lobe? Is it pugilistic dementia? Really start to understand what it is. So either attend some of the education sessions that we may have, go on our website to some of the resources and links that we've provided, or reach out to any healthcare professional to really understand what that journey is looking like. The other thing is not to be afraid to reach out for help and support. As we mentioned, the stress on the caregiver for caring for a loved one with Alzheimer's disease, it's very important that we start to build a network of support around us. So not only from a medical point of view, but from a psychosocial point of view as well. So looking into day programs or counseling, support groups, some of the other resources that our community partners offer as well. Maybe looking at getting a caseworker through the CCAC, now known as Health and Community Services, through the LIN. It's very important that you start to set up that network of support for your loved one. And then start talking about some advanced care planning. What are the wishes of your individual? Is retirement home an option? What does long-term care look like? Start to really put into place your finances, your wills, anything early on that will help support you down the road so you're not doing it in time of a crisis situation or rushing to get something done. Having those conversations very early on in the care is so important because it also allows the person diagnosed to have their wishes fulfilled as well, and for them to have a say in what their health care looks like and what they would like and what they would want to experience. That is very important. I think another important message for viewers, and I've had this question many times, is when your loved one goes to long-term care and your memory has degraded and they may not know who you are.
That's a very
Do they
sad,
really know who I am when I come to visit them? Absolutely. They may not be able to recognize that you are a daughter or a wife, or a grandchild, but they do understand the power of touch, the power of positivity, and your presence just being there will bring to them a sense of comfort and peace, and that is very important to know as well. And there's lots of activities to do. We have a choir, we have other various activities that involve not only the person diagnosed but their caregiver, so that along the journey you can also start to recreate your relationship as things start to change, so that you can establish new ways of connecting as they go on in their journey. I think those are the big messages for individuals to really understand and take away from our discussions.
Okay, right. What are your suggestions? How can one prevent to go. I know Alzheimer is not a treatable disease, but we can prevent the progression of the disease. So what do you think?
Yeah, if you're predisposed to it, as we've mentioned, it is a terminal illness, and right now there is no cure, although there has been a lot of research currently being conducted on that. But I
hopefully one day we will find it.
Absolutely. And I know they're working very hard to do that. But if you are predisposed to that, we can only slow the progression. We can't necessarily stop that progression. So as I mentioned before, making sure that we are exercising, drinking water, eating those nutrient-rich foods, protecting our brain, but also staying active as much as you can. Those are all really important pieces to help with that.
Yeah. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you for coming over here.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure. And you have given us so much information. Can you repeat your website for the viewers if they have to contact you? It will come on the TV also, but one time tell us about your address and your website.
So we're the Alzheimer's Society Peel, and our website is www.alzheimerpeel.com, or you could call directly at 905-278-3667 for support.
Thank you very much, Brandy.
Thank you.
So viewers, thank you for watching my show. I hope you get the information regarding Alzheimer and dementia, which we discussed in 2 episodes. But the thing is, it's just for the awareness of our community. If anyone suffering, or if any change in your parents or any older senior person you find in your family or friends, please contact your doctors at once, because these little changes may lead to Alzheimer or dementia. So earlier, as I said, prevention is better than cure. So earlier the diagnosis, the earlier will be the, I know it's untreatable, but it can lead to slow progression. So that's the education which we want to give you. Watch our program and tell us your feedback, and stay healthy, eat healthy, and goodbye till the next episode.
Okay. Great.
Okay, so that was it.